Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is June the 9th. 2019, strong hand, long-term thinking, offended by selling. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Unconfiscatable. Be a unique beast. All right, strong hand people. Check out the links below. Friday's This Week in Bitcoin show was great. JW Weatherman was on with Boris. Techbalt.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Techbalt, TECHBALT. Yesterday was the Beyond Bitcoin show, disruptmeister.com. You can watch all my old shows here. And yeah, I do a new show here every single day, so keep on tuning in. I got over 1,300 old ones at disruptmeister.com and sportsmeister.com. You can listen to my shows in podcast form. You can get t-shirts linked to below. This says Satoshi, like Satoshi Nakamoto. You better believe it. I didn't turn my computer on until 7 p.m. today. It's a very busy day. It's the Jewish holiday of Shavuot, actually. And I had a lot of things to do. And the candle that you saw before, there are certain days of the year you light a memorial candle for your close loved ones, your close relatives who have died. So obviously for me, it's my father, but you only do it for either your parents or your kids, God forbid, or your siblings or your wife or your husband or whatever. So you might know some people that are, and you only do it on certain days. This is one of the days you light the Yortzeit candle, it's called. So you guys got to see the Yortzeit candle there, giving you a little beyond Bitcoin there. Again, if you want to hear stuff like that, watch Saturday's show. So thank you to the person who sent me an incredibly generous Bitcoin donation. All my links are below if you want to send me donations, if you want to support the show. And most of you know I don't make a big deal out of, I'm not like Stefan Molyneux who calls people freeloaders. I want people to be freeloaders. Just, spread the word about my show on social media if you want to help out. But this person was very generous and sent a lot of Bitcoin my way. And it goes into my whole theory of, if you give a good product out there, it doesn't matter if YouTube demonetizes you. If you have conviction, if you actually stand for something, you're going to get fans who are going to support you. You're going to be able to create value for people, and you're going to get value in return. So this person, he had a quote. He was DMing me. I know who sent me this. And he says, if you mention me on your show, then you can put it in this inspirational way. There are so many rich and smart people that prefer Bitcoin exclusively. And most likely, these people would be willing to support those who speak out. If you are as smart and good as I think, I would like to stand as an inspiration for anyone who talks good about Bitcoin. Pound that like button, dude. Thank you very much. And this goes way beyond just, Bitcoin content creators. Again, there's so many content, and I talked about this on Saturday's show. So watch Saturday's show, yesterday's show. Take the positive approach to this. If you still are able to make videos, if you're still able to do your podcast, ask for it. If you need support, ask for it. People will give you support if you are really talking about something that has meaning, and if you are hardcore, if you have hardcore conviction, because there are other people that share that conviction, and there are wealthy people out there who are willing to make up for your lost revenue because of you're not getting as many 80% hits anymore. So, and that's an example of a person right there who did that. So I mean, again, I know I stand for something here. I want to keep on making these shows every day. I don't care if YouTube demonetizes me. Again, I diversify too. I'm on Anchor. I have a podcast there. All the people yelling about YouTube and putting it on this pedestal, you're just giving them authority. You're making them a centralized point of fitting in. That they're the ones that decide what's real, and you're begging the government to change things. Don't waste your time with that. Keep on creating content wherever, and you will get support. Be creative in the ways that you ask for support then, because there are wealthy people are great people, and they are willing to support. They are willing to support in very generous ways. So thank you, wealthy person who supported the show recently. And thanks to everyone who supports the show. Now, talking about YouTube, there was an article in, and I talked about this a little bit yesterday, the making of a YouTube radical. It was from the New York Times. And Stefan Molyneux rebuts it in a video that's linked to below. Everything I talk about in this video is linked to below, by the way, of course. So always check out the links. That's your homework. You can learn a lot there. And Vention, thank you for a very nice comment there. He said, not a laughing matter. You're a good son to honor your father that way. Thank you, Vention. I'm glad you appreciate that. Thank you. And I will honor my father in everything I do in my life forever and ever. And he is truly missed. He was a great guy. Okay, but going on to the New York Times situation here. So they came out with this article about a guy who watched all these alternative YouTube channels, and they're saying that he was radicalized by it. And Stefan Molyneux does a great job of rebutting it. But I looked very closely at some of the points that Stefan brought up. And the article also, it says, it describes the people on YouTube that the guy followed as a decentralized cult. They're trying to attach the word decentralized to something bad. Instead, centralization is good, Oh, we need an authority to tell us what's good. And I talked about that yesterday. But another thing they brought up in the article was that the guy, he was dealing with cryptocurrency. He was also interested in cryptocurrency. So they can't help themselves. The mainstream media can't help itself that if it's going to ridiculously attack these people that are being shut down on YouTube or demonetized on YouTube, they're going to take their shots at Bitcoin too. And maybe they don't even understand what they're doing, but just be prepared for it, people. Be prepared for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to be associated with the unwanted, with the radicals, okay? Be ready for it because it's happening. And the hilarious thing about it is that an article like this brings up Alex Jones and tries to vilify Alex Jones. But I mean, Alex Jones was a guy who was totally against cryptocurrency, who was wrong about cryptocurrency, totally wrong about it. And if Alex Jones did the right thing back in the day and didn't try to come up with conspiracies about Bitcoin, he wouldn't even be in the situation he is in now. He could buy YouTube. It isn't that extreme, but Alex Jones was notified about Bitcoin very early on. He knew about it, and he made up little stories about it. So again, lumping all these people together is nonsense. Lumping cryptocurrency fans in with them is also nonsense. You can like cryptocurrency and you can like bad people. You can like cryptocurrency and you can like good people. And the same thing is, if you watch Stefan Molyneux and Alex Jones, it doesn't make you a bad person either. It doesn't make you a radical. It's not gonna cultize you, put you into a cult. It isn't going to radicalize you or anything like that. But I think the New York Times is threatened by change. They're definitely threatened by change. And there's a lot of mainstream organizations that are threatened by the change that's been brought on by the internet revolution, that's going to be brought on by the decentralized Bitcoin revolution. And they're going to come up with crazy things like that, and you got to have a strong hand. And it might look scary for Bitcoin at some point. Who knows? Who knows what they'll be able to conjure up and everything. But these are early little drips on what we're going to see in the future. And again, New York Times writing an article like this, I think it'll get more people interested in the personalities that they brought up in the article. And maybe it'll get more people interested in cryptocurrency also. And again, people, yes, YouTube is definitely feeling the pressure. They want to fit in from all sorts of mainstream sources. Keep on putting your stuff on YouTube. Keep on putting your stuff on YouTube, but also put it on other places too. Put it in podcast form. And again, create ways of don't rely on YouTube's revenue. If you're relying on YouTube's revenue, like a lot of these people are, because they're getting really angry, you've centralized yourself. You've centralized yourself on Bitcoin, on YouTube, and that's not good. That's not good at all. But get into Bitcoin, ask for support in Bitcoin. Again, Dave Rubin is moving in this direction. He was vilified in this article. All right, enough about that right now. And if you're interested in more subject matters like this, watch the Saturday Beyond Bitcoin show. I made 61 of them for the last 61 Saturdays. So check that out. Link to below, disruptmeister.com. And my mother, of all people, my mother received a random spam email. Okay, and I think this is a good sign for Bitcoin. That we're definitely getting back into the bull market type of thing for you fiat freaks. New Bitcoin currency method. Revolution. You're about to become richer than you've ever imagined. Join the exciting world of Bitcoin trading now. Now you can finally join the highly lucrative arena of Bitcoin trading with no prior experience. How? Simple. And then you're supposed to click on some link. Of course, I did not click on that link. Who knows what horrible place it will take you to. But yeah, if my mother is getting random spam emails about this, then yeah, people are jumping back on the train, trying to trick 80%ers into Bitcoin trading and becoming it's lucrative trading. Clearly, they don't understand it. The company, it's called BitClicks Inc. out of Boise, Idaho, of all places. Pound that like button, Boise. Well, don't pound it for that company, but I do enjoy Boise. They have real Bitcoin fans there. I don't know what this is. But yeah, again, people fall for this. If you're getting 80% or spam like this, yeah, of course, people, it seems so glamorous. Oh, that must be how you become rich. You have to trade Bitcoin. No, you just buy and hold it. But of course, you can't make a spam email about that because you can't sell courses about buying and holding because it's just easy. All you say is buy it and then hold it. That's the course. I just gave you the course. Support the show. Spread it over social media. Pound that like button. All right. So have you received any random spam like that? That's throwing big. Again, it's like the the Viagra spam. All that. Now there's the Bitcoin spam. So and people fall for it. All right. In 2015, here's a classic offended by selling tweet by American Hodl. In 2015, I spent 10 Bitcoin on a couch I just threw away. For the love of God, don't spend your coins. Pound that like button. Yeah, there's a lesson for you right there, people. Why do you even need a couch, dude? But, you spend 10 Bitcoin on a couch. Oof, oh, my God. Offended by selling, really. Oh, God. Yeah, but hey, some people think people are ready to buy coffee with Bitcoin. Why do I think? Okay. So no, we're not going to talk about that. UK Bitcoin Master. I got to tell you, this dude is in motion. He owns the URL bitcoininterviews.com. I linked to it below. You can watch his Bitcoin interviews at bitcoininterviews.com. It forwards you to his YouTube interviews. That URL, that domain name is awesome, man. I mean, you were in motion to pick that thing up, baby. That's a good investment. That's a good spending of whatever 15 fiat dollars. I mean, you might be able to sell that for Bitcoin one day. Because again, UK Bitcoin Master, he's 60 years old. He's got a plan where he's using Bitcoin as a retirement plan. So he's not gonna make videos forever. Like in 10 years, he probably won't be making videos anymore. He sell that URL for a Bitcoin. Yeah, that's a great URL, man. Just wanted to point that out. Bitcoininterviews.com. Jeet has a great tweet out there. Imagine being so caught up in the old paradigm, you think income inequality is a pressing issue. And it was a reply to someone saying, Bitcoin has 0% chance of reducing income inequality. So yeah, I agree with Jeet on that. It's not even an issue. And so I also agree, Bitcoin has a 0% chance of reducing income inequality. Who cares? Someone makes more money than you. You're envious of them. You should be trying to increase your income. Some people are going to make more. Some people are going to make less. Who cares? I mean, you worry about yourself. Don't be envious of somebody else. And so is Bitcoin going to be like the socialist dream and everyone's going to get to Bitcoin so everyone will make the same amount? No, there's a bunch of morons out there who refuse to even pay attention to anything that has anything to do with Bitcoin. They're no coiners. They make up excuses. They'd rather watch TV. They'd rather complain. And so in 10 years, they're going to be a lot more poor. They're going to be really poor compared to me. Really. And you. and all the people who go by trying to get one Bitcoin. Okay, so the income inequality will increase. They'll be a lot poorer. You'll be a lot richer. So what? It was their fault, and it was because you were proactive and in motion. You got into Bitcoin. You got wealthier. So you worried about yourself. You had personal responsibility. They didn't. So again, the people are even trying to argue about what chance the Bitcoin has to increase or decrease income inequality. The better question is, why are you wasting your time worrying about a false paradigm like in income inequality? All right, Crypto Angels, who is in the LA area, he says he sent $10. He's got you can look him up at Crypto Angels on Twitter and on YouTube. I met him in person in Long Beach. Spent the whole weekend without checking my portfolio. All right, Crypto Angels. I spent the whole day without knowing what the heck was going on in Bitcoin or in the world. So it's great to take a break. It's great that you can't look at the price of Bitcoin every second of the day. You'll become sick and ill, and it'll weaken your hand, and then you'll lose your Bitcoin. So good to see you, Crypto Angels, in the chat. And yeah, it's even late here. It's 11:40 at night, but check out Crypto Angels. Look him up, and he goes to the Long Beach event they have every month that Gaston puts on. Gaston is going to come on the show one of these days. I'll get to it. Don't worry, Gaston, if you're watching or not watching, or if Robert's watching and Robert's going to tell Gaston. All right, or Crypto Angels is going to tell Gaston. All right, so Thursday after I did my show, I think I did my One Bitcoin show early. And again, it's called the One Bitcoin show because your first goal should be to get one Bitcoin, not worrying about income inequality. Because again, if you get that one Bitcoin in 10 years, you're going to be a lot richer than the person who doesn't get that one Bitcoin. So because you value your wealth in Bitcoin. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Pound that like button. But on Thursday, there was a crypto dividend. Something very strange happened in the world of crypto dividends. Now again, let's back up. Your public service announcement is if you hold Bitcoin because of forks and because of airdrops, you get something called a crypto dividend. You get interest on your Bitcoin, just if you control your own private key properly. And so there have been all sorts of freakish forks out there that people haven't been able to claim because they're too risky. Again, if you had your Bitcoin on a Trezor, you were easily able to claim your B Gold crypto dividend, your B Cash crypto dividend. And again, you were able to do airdrops with B Rhodium and the one coming up, Mimble coin, mwc.mw. Go to that URL if you want to find out more about it. But on Thursday, in the middle, right after I did my show, I noticed that the price of Bitcoin suddenly dropped like $300. It's like, what the heck what's this? That's what I mean. This happens, but it was a little weird. And then I noticed on the CoinMarket.cap website, all of a sudden in like the top 30 or 40 is something, and I'll call it by its name this first time, Bitcoin 2. So we'll call it BTC 2 for now on, because it's a crypto dividend. I don't call the crypto dividends. I don't use the word Bitcoin because there's only one Bitcoin. I call it B Cash, B Gold, et cetera, B Diamond. So all of a sudden we have this BTC 2. I'm like, where did this come from? And they get ranked on CoinMarketCap. So I click on it, and it's only listed on 2 exchanges. One of them's a decentralized exchange. Why did they do this? Why all of a sudden? And it's this crypto dividend's been around since 2018. The fork happened in early 2018. What is going on here? This is ridiculous. And so I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, clearly there are people, and so I go to Twitter, people are like, where did this come from? So what I learned from this is that I think there's some fudsters out there. There's some traders out there that like to scare people so much. They saw that there was all of a sudden something called BTC2 out there. They sold. They wanted to use this to decrease the price of Bitcoin to buy it up for cheaper, of course. And again, this is where the big boys play. So all is fair in love and war here. Again, if you have a strong hand and you won't fall for stuff like this. But a lot of people fall for stuff like this. They see all of a sudden BTC2 is number 30 coin. What's going on? Is there a threat to Bitcoin? Oh, and obviously this wasn't a threat to Bitcoin. This was an error on the part of CoinMarketCap, because they are supposedly getting stricter on what they're going to on exchanges. They're going to consider valid exchanges, and they all of a sudden they list a coin that had not been ranked before, and so people started buying it, and it just shows you how silly some people are. They see something pumping and they start pumping it more, to the point where, I mean, it was like, what, it was $30 or something like that. It was insane. So I was calm about it. I'm like, okay, there's a lesson learned. It shows that there's a lot of 80%ers that buy nonsense. It shows that CoinMarketCap still makes mistakes. And again, now it's a few days later, CoinMarketCap has removed it. It's not ranked anymore. You can still go to see it exist, but its circulating supply is not validated and everything, because it's only on 2 little exchanges. But what's it say here? All right. So, but the other thing that came about here is I check out, what is this thing? And I see on the BTC2 website, you can actually claim their coin. So, and again, I don't recommend doing this. Let's back up a little bit here. I have an old private key from an H1W, okay, or HW1, a hard, the first ledger that came out, okay? Let's say I had 10 Bitcoin on that thing back in the day, all right? And I know how to get the private key off of that thing. And I have cleaned that private key off of, obviously the Bitcoin is not there anymore. The B Cash is not there anymore. The B Gold is not there anymore. The B Diamond is not there anymore. The BSV is not there anymore, okay? So I've got this old, I've got 2 old private keys from there. And one of them is for 0.001 Bitcoin. So I type this private key into there, and sure enough, it shows me it shows me 0.001 BTC2. It didn't steal it from me. It wasn't like some scam or anything. They actually created a valid website where you were able to claim your BTC2. If you can go there. I didn't link to it below, but I did link to the CoinMarketCap page. So again, I don't want people trying this, and I'm going to explain. So I was like, well, what the heck? What the heck? I respect the money. So I claimed my BTC. I couldn't believe this. I claimed 10 Bitcoin BTC2, and I signed up for that decentralized exchange. And again, the decentralized exchange was so flunky and so weird to set up. It wasn't working right at first. But I was able to sell. I was able to get $60, $60 in Bitcoin out of this situation. Unbelievable. So I can go into more depth about this. I can go into more depth about if you have a ledger, if you have H1W, or if you have an old paper wallet, how to claim B Diamond, B Gold, and now this thing, okay? I could do this. I could actually do a show about this. Do you want a show about this? At the same time, I could probably do this for a few people if you, send me some Bitcoin. So if you have any questions about this, email me at adam@tresorhelp.com. But if you do want to show about claiming some of these, I mean, again, the B Diamond, if you have a private key that you've cleared everything off of, I mean, at that point, why not try to get the B Diamond? I do have an easy way to get the B Diamond, or a pretty easy way. Now I have an easy way to get. Now again, this BTC2 has now fallen to like $3 or something like that. So it's not. I mean, is it worth your while? Again, it depends. It depends if you really know what you're doing here, and if you've cleaned out your private key of the Bitcoin. That's the most important thing. But so yeah, again, interest on your Bitcoin. This is, and again, if I had my Bitcoin at Coinbase, I wouldn't have gotten this $60 or whatever. Again, $60 in Bitcoin. I forgot what that was at the time. Again, I value my wealth in Bitcoin. I got that much in Bitcoin because of this ridiculous pump that happened the other day. So these weird things like this will happen. CoinMarketCap still, they say they have a June 14th date to make their site a little bit more legitimate with respecting the more legitimate exchanges. And we shall see. We shall see, because that was just a fluke out of the blue. That was weird as anything. So now I'll talk about that later. One day closer to 20K. Here's a tweet about that. Let's take a second to remember those who bought Bitcoin at $20,000 and rage quit during the bear market. We thank you for your donations and look forward to welcoming you back once we make a new all-time high. See you soon. Yeah, that's typical of there are people that rage quit and sold because they gave up on Bitcoin, but they'll come back again in the next bull market. So there's this mentality. You only buy something when it's going up. Completely insane. Completely. And then when things are going down, you panic sell. So even when people FOMO on ridiculous altcoins, it's the same type of thing. So speaking about that, don't FOMO on having a crypto portfolio. Here is a poll out there. This guy, whoever this dude is, he's linked to below. He only has like 3,000 followers on Twitter. Oh, and that's a good amount of followers. He's got 3,000 followers on Twitter. And the reason I bring this up, you're going to see in a second. But the following poll got him 331 replies, not votes, but replies to the poll. Or it wasn't a poll, it was a question. Excuse me. I shouldn't have been saying poll. I might have even said poll in the description below. Sorry if I did. But it shows how few people really get what's going on here and why altcoin gambling it's here to stay. As long as 80%ers are going to do what 80%ers are going to do. Here's what he said. I'm diversifying my portfolio with some new altcoins. Oh my God. What 3 projects would you recommend? So, I mean, there you go. There's some 80%er trigger words there. Projects, diversifying my portfolio. Again, diversification for the sake of diversification, totally 80%er, but so many people had to say, buy this altcoin, buy this 8th tier altcoin, buy this 9th tier altcoin. What 3 projects would you, here we go. Here are my 3 projects I'd recommend. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, and Bitcoin. Pound that like button. So yeah, going back up to when we're talking about crypto dividends, again, I bring up those names of those crypto dividends because you got them for free. They are interest on your Bitcoin. What you should be doing with weird stuff like BTC2 is just turning it into Bitcoin, okay? This is not Adam saying you should buy this stuff or this stuff is legitimate or whatever, that B Diamond serves some greater purpose for the world, because it doesn't. Its purpose, well, the purpose for you is to get it safely and turn it into Bitcoin. And I could go into a way to do that. And again, and to do it in no KYC way, because at that exchange that I went to, there was no KYC there. There was no KYC there to get the BTC2. I mean, if you care about that type of thing. So, and some people don't. And the other exchange that sold BTC2, Americans couldn't sign up for. So there are only 2 exchanges. So of course I tried the decentralized one. Look for yourself what their names were. I don't even care anymore. Literally, I create this profile on this decentralized exchange. It's just a throwaway profile. It was awesome. Send the BTC2 there, turn it into Bitcoin, then get it off. Although it took a lot of time because the site was so messed up. Moving on, let's talk about the Facebook again. Facebook coin. Caitlin Long has a tweet out there. Facebook's foray into cryptocurrency will likely end up a beneficial detour on the path to broader Bitcoin adoption. I agree with this. By educating consumers about the benefits of cryptocurrency and improving the user experience, Facebook will pull more users into Bitcoin, whether it intends to or not. Pound that like button. I agree with that. Now, Charlie Schren takes it to a new level. Now, again, I like Caitlin Long a lot. I don't want to put those 2 on the same boat. They're totally different people. Charlie Schren, he's going to do what he pumps them all. I don't know what that dude does anymore. But Facebook, but he's got a good tweet. Facebook is launching their global crypto coin called Libra, which what's interesting is they are offering companies to pay $10 million to become validators. If anything, it renders Ripple useless. The first companies to create a Libra Bitcoin exchange will make a killing. Yes, they will. I agree with that. And I've mentioned that before. And I've also mentioned that, yeah, maybe this does people like Ripple because it's a centralized corporate coin. Well, Facebook's going to have a centralized corporate coin now. Again, it's going to be a stable coin, but still, these things work in mysterious ways here. A lot of people are like Ripple. It's the coin of the banks. Well, maybe Facebook will market themselves as the coin of the banks. Who knows? Again, they're both centralized coins. They have marketing teams that can call themselves whatever they want to, and they can censor you whenever they want to. Again, that's why you get Bitcoin. You let the 80%ers get the Ripple and the Facebook, and they find out about Bitcoin through Facebook, and then that's great. They'll end up with Bitcoin way after you got your first Bitcoin. All right, that's the end of the show. Were there any questions? Invention had a very nice comment. I guess I forgot to say to everyone, just type in Bitcoin Meister if you have questions. Okay. All right. I am Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. I think someone said, when did it fork? If he's talking about the BTC too, I said it forked in 2018, in February of 2018, and they didn't get their act together until suddenly the other day. And this might happen again. And again, it's very interesting. I give them credit for making it easy to claim on their site. Okay. Again, it's risky as heck to give up your, again, I'm not saying to give up your private key to these freakazoids if you have anything else on that key, but if you've totally cleaned out your private key, and most likely you have since that date in 2018, then hey, what the heck? It was worth it. it was worth it for me there at least. All right. And again, I could talk about this more in depth and give you some security precautions and all that stuff. I'm Adam Meister, Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, pound that like button, bang that bell button to get a reminder when I go live. Satoshi Nakamoto, I will say hi to you guys in the chat. Bye.